Yo, what's up, Duke
What up?
Nation?
What up? Duke Nation was popping, was popping. Got some breaking news. You know what I'm saying? We got our guy, our leader, our captain. Well, not captain officially, but our
Yep.
leader, you know what I'm saying? And Caleb Foster coming back. It was announced today. Me and Eddie, we just want to pull up for the 5 point play, man, and just talk a little
Yep.
bit about that and some other things, Duke basketball. So what you got, Eddie?
Man, I'm excited. Um, this is the one I've been waiting on. I love Caleb Foster, man. I love, like you said, man, he's our leader. He's our emotional leader. Everything he gave to come back after having foot surgery and just in that one game, how we saw it kind of elevated us. Man, I'm excited to have that dude back for another season, especially with the guards that we got queued up. Um, I'm excited to see his role. Man, I'm so ecstatic right now, man. This is what I was waiting on. We heard a lot of things. Maybe he was going to transfer, but man, look at that dude's Instagram story, man. It's like he was always locked in, and I love Caleb, man. So welcome back, Caleb. Um, what you
Yeah.
think, Paz, man?
Nah,
Um,
for sure,
about
bro. I'm
Caleb
for
coming back?
shit. I really just echo everything you just said, man. Every sentiment, man. I feel like, it's a good thing for Duke basketball. Me personally, I never doubted that he would, what I'm saying, that he would come back. Um, Duke is like through and through his veins, bro. Like, I mean,
Yep.
a lot of people they say, this is my dream school, and oh, we got DH in the building.
Got
What's good,
DH.
baby?
What
What's
up? What up? What
good?
up? What up? What up? What up?
Let's
What up?
go.
It's a special
What's good?
occasion. Special occasion.
Three's company, man. Let's go.
What up, fellas?
Yeah, nah, I think that hell yeah.
Just
Making a cameo. That's what's up. Nah, we chilling. We chilling. We just talking.
talk
Really
about
just a couple
CFOS,
things.
man.
Duke basketball, and obviously the big one. Pause. Caleb Foster. You know what I'm saying? Coming back. And I was just sharing my thoughts
Yep.
on that. Eddie already shared his thoughts. I'll just finish mine a little bit. Nah, but I just think that it's funny to me though. Like if you really look at like your algorithm and social media and stuff, everybody who's not a Duke fan is like, oh, him coming back. That's too many guards. But all the Duke fans are
Exactly.
like, yeah, this is what we need, blase, blase. That's what I'm saying, man. That's how you know that Duke is the standard. You know what I'm saying? Because last year, what was it? Oh, Caleb Foster isn't even good. You know what I mean? Then he broke his foot. See, he's not even that good. Then he came back and won a game and damn near a second game for us. Oh, yeah, they might win the championship, whatever, whatever. Now he's coming back. Now they don't want him to come back. I see why y'all don't want him to come back, but that's okay though, because
Yep.
we're gonna address you haters at a later date. But for now, we're gonna celebrate what we do, Duke basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'm super happy. I'm super excited. I think that him having him back, we obviously seen what he brings to the table, and we
Man,
know that what I mean, just his
priceless.
poise, his IQ, his ability to just calm everybody down. You know what I mean? It's like when he gets the ball, it's like everybody's like, okay, we're good now. You know what I'm saying? We're chilling. You know what I'm saying? We should be okay with getting the ball across half court and getting into our stuff. We should be able to get a pretty good shot with him at the helm. Um, it's just a good thing. And like I said, I think that Shire is just an extremely loyal guy. If you show loyalty to him, he's gonna do the same to you. And just I don't even remember the last time we had a senior that actually played a big role
Man,
on our team.
man.
I don't even remember when the last time it's been, man. To be honest with
Oh
you, I probably should have did my homework. But
man.
yeah, that's my thoughts on that, man. How you feeling, DH? What you feel about it, brother?
I'm feeling good. We also just got official notification that Slim's hitting the draft. So that's also
Yeah,
hot off the press since we on here. So we'll talk about that in a minute too. I'm over the moon, man. Like, it got me low key emotional. Like I was driving to get my kids from
Yep.
school, and I think about like, this is a tangent, but I'm gonna bring it back here. Like when you dedicate your life to something, you know what I'm saying? Like when you dedicate your efforts and your intentions around something, and you show up every day for it through the ups and downs and times that don't feel like it and times that, like, I think about being a father, right? And picking my kids up from school, you know what I'm saying, and know that I'm in traffic, whatever, whoopty whoopty whoop, but I'm gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, I'm gonna show up. And seeing this CFOS news reminded me a lot of that. Not so much that Caleb Foster is a father by any means, but he dedicated himself to something. You know what I'm saying? He
Responsibility.
dedicated himself to seeing this thing all the way through. And it says a lot about his character. It says a lot about John's character. It says a lot about the meeting of both of their minds and intentions to say, hey, listen, man, like I know, like Caleb, I would dare to assume that Caleb is walking into this recommitment to Duke eyes wide open. Like he understands what's on the way in. He understands what that means for him and how he's going to have to sacrifice. But he showed up anyway. And I think, as us, as people, like the pure human factor of all of that is something that's to be respected and honored, man. I mean, I've been calling for him to have a name on the building. Um, and even from a pure basketball standpoint, um, I think that he can be a glue guy, not so much from a skill perspective, because he's so much more than just a glue guy from a skill perspective, but from a mentality and team leadership perspective, he's going to be able to bring over that hunger. Not that the other guys wouldn't, but like I think he's walking into it with a level of he's seasoned, he's a veteran, like a true veteran now. He's been in almost every situation you can think of.
Exactly.
And he's going to be able to really impact the team as a leader. And I think in a way that you can't necessarily quantify. So I'm over the moon. I from a basketball perspective, I love it. I don't have any. I mean, I came on the back end of what Pablo was saying about like Duke's perceived strengths and weaknesses going into this past year, and guard play is not going to be one of them. It's not going to be one of them. And so yes, as quote unquote crowded as it is in the backcourt, one thing for certain is that whoever Duke plays at the backcourt positions are going to be completely ready for it, and they're going to also be sharpened, because every day is going to be a war. Like the first team versus second team in practices between the four guards is going to be box office. It's going to be box office. And so I'm just really excited for Caleb. I'm really excited for Duke. I know that it couldn't have been easy for him. I'm sure he and his family were weighing a lot of different things, and he still chose to double down on Shire. And I'm sure that's going to be reciprocated back to him from the staff and from the program tenfold, because he deserves it.
For sure. Yeah, no, I mean, man, you guys really just said everything that, I felt on my heart, and this one, it just feels a little different. You know what I'm saying?
It's different.
It feels like,
it's different.
it don't, dude, I don't know. Am I tripping? Do it feel different for you guys? Not saying like he's just going to move the needle so far that we are definitely going to win the chip or we're favored to win the chips, but it's just like, just from a different perspective, man, as far as like just being heartfelt and just a Duke kid, man, like through and through. Like that's CFOS all the way, bro. And like just last year, the shit that he did, the stuff that he did, he didn't have to come back and play, bro. He didn't have to come back and risk. He could have literally played and couldn't play basketball no more for the rest of his life by playing on that injury.
Yeah.
You know what 100%. I mean? He didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? But he put it all on the line. You know what I mean? But that's what leaders do. You know what I'm saying? And I that's why I got like an immense amount of respect for him, bro. Like I salute to him, like all day, every day, bro. Like I'm happy to have him back. We'll just move right on, man, and we'll just move into like role wise. Like, how do you see? Because the big topic now is like, oh, Duke has 3-point guards and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, man, shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, one person is going to be the point guard, right? They're going to have the ball in their hands,
yeah,
right? And whoever it is out of the three, we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But having bigger guards who played off the ball last year as well, like Caden, like Caleb did at times. That's like, I don't understand like what everybody, people are just doing the most.
They got to make a problem out of it, man. Like
that's all it is.
Like we didn't watch Caden and CFOS play together last year.
Exactly, bro. It was like when CFOS
was one of our better lineups.
It's one of our better lineups. I agree. So I mean,
like CFOS and when Tyrese was in the lineup together, it's like, what are we talking about, bro? That's a reason. It's a reason why John recruits 6'5" guards. You know what I mean? Because Caleb can easily switch and be guarding Yaxel Lindenborg. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? He could go from that to guarding damn whoever. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what are we talking about here? But it is
got
what
two
it
guys
is,
who
man.
can make really smart decisions with the ball. I mean, and then we always have good big passing. So I mean, there's just a lot of decision makers on the floor, which is always a good thing. So people are gonna make this out a problem for Duke. Just because they hate Duke, but nah, man. I think our impact now with the backcourt. I mean, we talked about a lot last year. If we had a weakness, it was the backcourt making plays. No longer a thing, and I'm so excited to have CFOS back. I always have at least one player that I feel like, I don't know, I just ride for a little harder than everybody else, even though I love everybody. But CFOS is that guy for me right now. He has been for the past couple of years, to watch his ups and downs. And that's why, Pops, like you said, it does feel different, because for me, it's like it's almost like emotional. I was gonna be sad if that guy left after
Yeah.
everything he's done for Duke, and he is like the last of a dying breed that's committed to the school. Grew up being a Duke fan. He said, like he said in the video, he always knew it was going to be Duke, and the dream hasn't changed, is what he said. So I mean, I congrats to Duke, and I think his role is just going to be a leader, man. It's funny, man. I don't know why, but all I can see in my head, and I forget exactly what year it is, but I think it was like Coach K with the Olympic team in like 2008, where like the starters kind of ran a methodical offense, but the backups came in and just ran you to death after
Yeah.
you ran with the starters. Then the backups
Yeah.
came in like D Wade, they just came in and ran you to death. I just kind
Mhm.
of see like, man, I don't know. I just see Ripley and CFOS coming in and just like and just
Yeah.
like
I
running,
mean,
man.
Dog people.
possible. Yeah, it's
Uh,
possible. You know what I mean? Because like I said in the pod on Monday, shit, our bench is better than some starting fives.
exactly,
You know what I
exactly,
mean? So, I
exactly.
do think though. I will say this though. I do think that with CFOS being so beloved, not by just the fans, but by his teammates mostly, I think that that's going to add another layer to next year as far as, what I mean, being very motivated to win and win it
Mm-hmm.
all. They want to send him out right. And I mean, that probably, honestly, that probably be the only time I cry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like if
So
we
No
win the chip
word.
for CFOS,
No
bro,
word
if he
up.
get one,
Word up.
for sure,
bro.
I
If he
agree.
get one,
I agree.
bro, I think
I agree.
everybody
Word.
in Duke Nation will probably cry. You know what I'm saying? Like I
I
think that'd
agree.
be so fire. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, like that kind of motivation can add pressure bust pipes, and I think that Duke is ready to take that next step as far as pressure goes and showing people that hey, this is what we do. Blase, blase. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So next season is gonna be that adds some intrigue to the season. I'll say that definitely adds some
As,
intrigue to the season.
I mean, pressure bust pipes, pressure make diamonds too. You know
That's
what
a
I'm
fact.
saying? So that's the other
So who'd
part
you
of it
say just
is
went to the draft?
Slim went to the draft. They just announced that like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, it was
It's
like y'all
funny
were
because I,
on,
I
and
I
as soon
was
as I
looking for my
logged in,
jersey and my Caleb Foster jersey ain't even come here yet. So I said,
nah, word
let me throw on my Slim joint right now. You know what I
for
mean? My
sure.
Caleb Foster joint is like 2 weeks out. I said, damn.
Yeah,
I threw on a Slim joint. I didn't even know he declared or whatever, man. But shout out to Slim, man.
Shout
Super
out to
shout out to
Slim,
Slim,
man.
man.
yeah.
That's another kid who I felt like.
Swiss Cultures just dropped it. Like literally when I was logging on,
Oh,
it came on
okay.
the Discord, and of course I looked myself. So
Okay.
you know,
Yeah,
shout out to
facts.
him,
Nah,
man.
yeah,
He
big shout out to
definitely earns
Slim,
that
man.
moment
Like
too.
I think we'll give our own little 30-second diatribe about Slim a piece. For me, honestly, I just want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
just thank you for all the excitement you provided, for all the adversity you went through, for fighting through the adversity. Because I think as he fought through that adversity of not playing so much in his first year, he
Mm-hmm.
showed everybody else what it was. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't run from
Mm-hmm.
the grind. It's like, I'm here,
Yep.
I'm staying here. Just like his mom said in her little post that she
Mm-hmm.
posted or in their video, they don't run from the grind, bro. And then he's cut from that cloth. You know what I mean? So no matter where
Mm-hmm.
he played basketball at, it could be, he could have a damn game in Iran on Saturday. He gonna show up.
Word.
You feel me?
Yeah.
He gonna show up. He gonna hoop. He gonna do what Slim do. You know what I'm saying? So I just want, for the bottom of my heart, for real, bro. I just want to say thank you, Slim, and for all, like I said, for all the moments and everything you provided, Duke, all the wins, all the highs, all the lows, all the mids, everything, bro. Just for committing to Duke, bro, and then just setting the standard, bro, and showing everybody what it is, man. What you guys got?
Go ahead, Eddie.
Uh, I echo the excitement thing, Slim. Thank you. Thank you for the excitement. Um, you know, I think about JJ Redick a lot when it comes to Slim, just in the hints that when he hit a three, I think it meant more than just 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
It lifted the team in a way
Oh man,
that other shots didn't. Um, I think to me, Slim, I've never seen somebody's game evolve so fast.
yeah,
Just from
That's true
being
too.
a 3 point shooter, learning how to use the pump fake, getting to the rim, finishing. I've never seen it happen in the season. I've seen it progress over seasons, but not as fast as he did. I think him going to the league, he's going to pick up on the game really fast, and he's going to be a huge, member, and especially, not being drafted in the first 10, probably, a huge component to a team that's probably a contender. So, um, I also just, man, just that guy. I mean, again, I get emotional about Slim too, man. I just, it's crazy. I just think he's amazing. And again, how he grew and what he provided for this team, and taking the back seat that first year, because I thought he was good enough to play. And the other place he grew too was defensively,
Mm-hmm.
from year
Oh,
one to
for
year two.
sure.
So just the way he grew, man. Slim, man, thank you for all your service, man. I'll be checking for you in the league, man, and I'm wishing you the best, man. So appreciate it,
Facts.
Slim.
What you got,
Yeah,
DH?
man. Slim is very much the kind of story that you can take a lot of inspiration from. I mean, I remember going into last year, there's like this little documentary. I don't know if North Mech put this out, but either way, they interviewed his coach a lot. And it was, I think it might have been before he got on campus his freshman year. And he talked about they talked about where his passion comes from. And he talked about how when he first got to play basketball, he wasn't very good. And he recognized that he wasn't very good and how much he had to work just to get good enough to be on varsity. I mean, his story is he played JV, for first couple years, did the JV to varsity thing, and then he blew up his senior year. And he plays that level of that chip on his shoulder that way. Um, and you gotta and understand being from North Carolina, I understand the environment that he grew up in.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with Fayetteville, very familiar with Charlotte, and so the situations that he came out of to be able to go to Duke University, to be able to showcase his talent and his story and his passion in the way that he has, is something to be really, really commended, and to not just run from the grind, because in theory, like, you can put up shots anywhere, like you can have somebody, you can watch film anywhere, but there's a certain level of want to and a certain level of humility that he displayed in trusting Coach Shire through the ups and downs, for being able to understand what is needed from him, not just last year but also this year. The dedication to his, like, to developing, gaining weight, getting stronger, getting better defensively, understanding how to expand your game, putting the ball on the floor, and also leading. Being able to, it's no mistake that a lot of that kind of unbridled passion you saw from him freshman year and in high school was a lot more reserved this year, because he understood he was a leader at that point. And he understood they had to keep his head in the game in a way that he hadn't before. Small things like that say a lot about a person's character. And, I have to give him a lot of honor and respect, as a fellow North Carolinian, to the development that he showed, but also the person that he showed himself to be and how he conducted himself, generally speaking, to navigate all those on the court, adversities. And I'm sure that kind of translates off to the court. I mean, it's hard not to. But I have to give him an immense level of respect and best wishes. He's definitely going to be a jersey I try to get, wherever he lands. There's definitely a jersey I'm going to try to get, and always root for him. So a great thank you. And hopefully me, as well as the rest of Duke Nation, will take a lot of inspiration from your story, and you will be a prototype of a person who a lot of other players can look to, that will come in generations from now that say, yo, Slim was able to do this, so I can do this too. So that's something that's really inspiring.
Yeah. Shit, give me 10 more Slims for the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And I'll be
Yeah.
okay with that. You know what I'm saying? For the shit that he provided for Duke, man. And like you were saying, Eddie, though, you said something very interesting, man. You said, like, when he hit a three, though, it felt like it meant more or whatever. Bro, I swear, I was telling my wife, I said, every time this kid hit a three, it felt like 10 points on the board.
Yeah, you know
what I'm saying?
Points, yeah.
And I've never felt like that before. Like with basketball in general, it felt like anything he did as far as scoring the ball, it always felt like it meant more. Not only did it mean more, but it felt like it was worth more than what it actually was. You know what I'm saying? Like a 3-pointer felt like a 25-pointer.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A mid-range shot felt like, okay, yeah, we're gonna win this game. You know what I mean? It just always felt like more, man. And that's the type of shit that guys like that, man, they don't come around often. You know what I'm saying? So when you
know what it is, Pablo?
Like that,
you know what it is? He was like a walking momentum shift.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he's a walking momentum shift. Like
God.
he hits 1 3, and you feel like automatically you assume the momentum's going to shift. Or he hits a 3 in the midst of a run. You're like, okay, it's about to be a 25 to 1 run instead of a 15 to 1 run, right? Like it's the energy that the team plays with on both ends just hit another level when he makes a play, any play, defense dive on the floor for it, like a block.
Yep.
anything.
Yeah.
I think to both of y'all's point, I think that's kind of what it is. He's a walking. I felt like he was a walking momentum shift.
Yep. I
Yeah.
like
No,
that.
that's a great point, man. That's a damn sure great point, man. And I feel like, man, I can't even elaborate more on that, man. Just like I said, thank you, Slim, man. And
Thanks,
hey, go
Slim.
be great, man. Go be great. You see, I got the jersey on, B. I'll make sure you see the squad
Go.
too. I
Let's
got the
go,
jersey
Slim.
on. Slim, you feel me? Just so y'all,
Yeah.
y'all know. You feel me?
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's all good. So, man, go ahead and be great, man. Shout out to Mama Slim. Shout out to your little brother. Shout out to your family, man. Like, you made it, bro.
You can tell
You
cut
made
from
it.
the right cloth, man. You can tell.
Facts, bro. And that's the thing. Like, you made it, Slim. Straight up. Isaiah Evans, lottery pick in the 2026 draft. Hopefully, lottery pick. We'll see what happens.
I hope
But
so too.
regardless, you know what I'm saying? He's going to get his name called, you know what I'm saying,
Yep.
by Adam Silver. And you can
Absolutely.
actually sit on that moment, Slim, and know that you actually made all that hard work, bro. You made it. You made it, brother. Salute to you.
Says something. Says a lot.
What else y'all got?
I mean, I guess at this point, since we're on the topic of rounding out the team, how are we feeling about overall, like assuming, right? Like I think I've seen a lot of people that are concerned. The first concern that I see is folks still not believing that Sharnowski and Meyer are the right level of backup to Pat. So folks saying that we still need a 5 and that we also need a wing. From a roster construction standpoint, as to what John is obviously trying to do in the portal and how we're organizing our team, do you all think that we are in understanding the landscape of college basketball? Do you think we're in a good spot right now? Do you think that John was thinking about it in a way that you think would make sense? Do you think we're missing anything? Like, what are your thoughts?
You want to go first, Eddie? Or you want me to get it?
You can go first, Paul.
So my thoughts are, as far as the wing goes, Dame Sarr, you know what I'm saying? Wing player. What are we talking about? You got Blackwell, shooting guard, combo guard, you know what I'm saying? Who will play a lot on the wing, who will have the ball in his hands as well. Wing player can score the basketball. What are we talking about here? Caleb Foster can score the basketball. Deron Rippey can blow by you and bang on you and your mom, you know what I'm saying, with ease. You know what I mean? What are we talking about here? Caden can score from the wing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really subscribing to that, man. I do think we do need another big. I will say that. I don't think 3 bigs are enough. You know what I mean? Especially, it'd be different if Cameron, not Boozer, Williams, it'd be different if Cam Williams was 6'11", 270 or 250. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, we're fine. We'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because of how good he is or whatever. But, Sharnowski being 6'9" and about 240 or something, and Big Pat being like 260, 6'11", I think we're fine. But I do think we need another big. I will say that. I think we need another big. And if we do just so happen to go into the portal and let's just say this. I'll give you a hypothetical. Let's say Graves falls through, right? And we do go get us they say a Euro. I mean, I've been hearing a Euro. To me, I'd rather go I'm going to take my ass to the motherland and go, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go get me a bruh. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get me a African shot blocker. Not saying it like, in the African, not saying it like that, but that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Give me the more athletic guy. Give me the more athletic, physically, built shot blocker. I'll take that over, a 6'11" Euro that just wants to shoot jump shots and he can't hold position in the post. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. But if we're able to shore that up, we should be. I mean, we're gonna be fine regardless. Even if we just say fuck it, we're just gonna roll out with the 3 bigs. We'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got, you got Sebastian who could bang with smaller 4s, but it is what it is, man. Like, we'll see. I think John is definitely prepared, and he's gonna hit every corner he has to hit to make sure this team has what they need for next year.
I mean, I'm with Pops. I mean, if I'm concerned about anything, I'm concerned about having another big. I'm not worried about us on the wing, and we didn't even missing Howard.
I was going to say Bryson Howard. My fault.
We didn't miss the Bryson Howard.
Wing player,
and
my
I
fault.
think anybody who's worried about us on the wing hasn't seen that kid play. So I mean I think we're stacked there, guard wing. I think the only thing we're missing is the potential for.
Yeah.
But we hope for Graves. We really would like to see him, in a Duke uniform. But if not, like Pop said, we're versatile enough to get over it. I don't think it's anything that stops us from being great. So
Yeah.
no, I'm really happy with what John has done. The roster construction he's done so far. I think anything else, the cake is baked, man. I think anything else is
Yeah,
icing on the cake. Uh,
Nah,
that's fair.
so
That's fair.
I,
I
so
mean,
I no
do we?
complaints.
I know that Maxime. I know Maxime. The
I didn't even
reception that
mention
might even,
Maxime. My bad.
and that's what
Maxime
I'm
too. You know what I
saying.
mean? That's
Like,
another body. You know what I'm
and I mean,
saying?
he's your third big, right? In
Yeah.
theory, he's your third big. And I love a lot of the conversation. I mean, not that anybody's heard anything necessarily, but a lot of the conversation, understanding how how Sebastian's year went was okay. He's at the 5, but he's more of a developmental big. And a lot of fans' minds, developmental big means he's going to spend his freshman year as a red shirt, right? Um,
Yeah.
and I was in that camp to a point because I've seen, of course, from a scouting perspective, I've seen him play at IMG. It came to the wall down here, and I saw him play several times. And if nothing else, you can't beat 7-2, 7-3, man. 7-3 and 5 fouls is enough to get Pat the rest that he needs, if nothing else. And on top of that, he has playmaking upside. He has the ability to. I mean, he's 7-3, so him just putting his arm straight up in the air is more rim protection than most things.
Yep.
He has pretty decent coordination on his feet. Not elite, but he doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're looking for if Charnowski's not going to get it done, you know what I'm saying? If Charnowski is not the person you believe in, having a 7-footer, 7 foot 7'2" guy on the bench with decent, arm length and wingspan to just be there to give you 5-10 spot minutes as your third big it's not a terrible thing.
No.
It's not. And I mean, and I don't want us to undersell what value he might bring a little bit earlier than we thought. Because I do think that could be an opportunity. Why go out and risk getting a 6'10", 6'11", 7-foot person that we don't know of when we already kind of have it on the roster? And in the whole time he'll be developing, right? The whole time he'll be developing. And so I don't want us to think that just because if it doesn't turn out that John goes out and goes and gets another 6'11", 7-foot guy somewhere in the portal, that he's somehow not prepared. I think Maxime in a pinch can get done what anybody else could do, which really is get the ball off the rim, put your hands straight up in the air, be physical,
Exactly.
and buy you 8 to 12 minutes a night. If you can do that with a healthy Pat,
For sure.
it's all you can really ask for. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that people go underestimate with Drew is I don't think he's just 5 fouls. I think he's gonna call some fouls on your center too.
Oh yeah, so Maxime or Drew?
Yeah, Drew. The way
Drew's
he's gonna attack the basket, I think he's gonna call some fouls as well. So I think we kind of sleeping, again on his addition too. So, but yeah, I agree. Another big would be icing on the cake. But man, we gonna be Duke no matter what, man. Let's go.
For sure.
Yeah, I think you're right, Eddie. I think he will cause some fouls just for the simple fact that he be trying to dunk on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna foul his ass. You know what I'm saying?
He wants to dunk on everybody.
Literally,
and I
everybody.
love it. And
I love it too. I love it too, man. I gotta go back to Slim for 1 second. I remember what I was about to say. What I kind of paused for a minute. Slim, man, being from Tallahassee, Florida. Thank you for hanging so many points on Florida State. I think you had 7 threes one game, 6 another.
Word,
man. You moved so far up my Duke ranking list when you did that. Thank you. All my friends back home crying. Man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. just had to call you out for that, man.
Last thing we could talk about real quick is it's just kind of like the damn, what was I gonna say? just kind of quelling the noise of the the Deron Rippey being not over recruited on, but kind of like the crowded. Well, we talked about the crowded backcourt. I ain't even
We
gonna
can talk.
address
We can
that.
talk about the Rippey's perspective on that. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, yeah, we'll touch on that a little bit, and I guess I'll start it off or whatever. I think, like we said in the last pod, man. I mean, it's different, and I'm not saying this because I'm from New York, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? When you're a New Yorker, you know what I'm saying, and it's a challenge in front of you, right? You don't want to be given anything, right? I've never been given anything in my life, right? I had to work for everything. So you're going to see the same thing from Deron Rippey. He understands that. His mom understands. His dad understands that. And it is what it is. I don't know what the miss. I think people are just doing that because they want Deron Rippey to decommit because it's a blow on Duke, and maybe they get a chance to recruit him and he could be on their team or whatever, But it is what it is, man. Like shout out to Big Rip, you know what I'm saying? Deron Rippey Senior, staying down, staying loyal. I think he's the type of cat, man, that ain't trying to hear all that. You know what I mean? And I think some of his tweets and Instagram posts kind of let you know that hey, it's one team, bro. You know what I'm saying? They all trying to accomplish the same thing. So if he wanted to, that's the thing is that what people need to understand. If he wanted to be about his son, he could have went anywhere in the world.
Exactly.
He could have went to a team that
options.
is just he's shooting 30 shots. He could have went to another team that's stacked. He could have did everything. He had every offer in the world. You know what I'm saying? He could have did whatever he wanted to do, but he chose Duke because he knew that Duke would be not only good, but he knew that he'd have people around his son. And that's just how it is, bro. So, I mean, nobody wants to play alone, right? So, hey, salute.
Well, here goes the thing. Everybody's assuming that our coach is their coach, meaning sitting in living rooms and lying to people. That's not our coach. I don't think he ever just went to Rippey and said, "Man, you guaranteed this starting spot."
Yeah, hell no.
I think he went to him and said, this is going to be a project. You got to work hard for everything. Like you said, being from New York, you got to work hard for everything that you're given.
Everything.
I don't think John sat in his living room and just promised him that he was about to come here and have 10 assists a game and play every minute possible. So our coach, not your coach. Stop trying to divide the brotherhood, man. I think John went there and told that kid the truth. So when the landscape changed, he like, man, this is what John told me, and I'm staying down.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's also. I don't know if people just think that John is out here recruiting people and has no communication with the established team already. Yeah. Like I don't know in what world that they think that he's just out here on the recruiting trail or the transfer portal, just getting randoms and hasn't said anything to anybody and making sure that everybody's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like as a person as emotionally intelligent as John has proven to be, that don't make no sense. That like it's as if Caleb Foster didn't know that John was gonna go after Blackwell, as if Deron didn't know that Caleb had an opportunity to come back, as if Caleb hadn't talked to Deron. You know what I'm saying? Like the people have cell phones, like people have communication devices by which to have conversations and get an actual understanding of what people are thinking and feeling. And even bigger than just like, in addition to actually, your coach is not our coach. There's also like that people are ascribing a personality type to these players that aren't necessarily these kids' character. Like we haven't seen, at least from a John perspective, we haven't really seen too many guys that are about self, that are even interested in coming to Duke. Because there's lots of other programs that can give you an opportunity to win a championship, right? A lot of other teams do a lot of different ways. But John has if connectivity and being together is a core principle of John's teams, he wouldn't want to break up the connectivity by people being pissed off. You know what I'm saying? That literally is the opposite of what he would want to do going into an offseason. And so point. In my perspective, I think that people are ascribing a personality trait to Deron or any of the team, frankly, or Bryson or anybody else that says, oh, they have to be upset, because I would be upset if I realized I was competing in the backcourt with three other guys, two of whom are, upperclassmen, as opposed to, oh, bet, game on then.
A lot of these opinions, too, not to cut you off, a lot of these opinions, too, are coming from people who couldn't make a strong hand layup, an offhand layup. They couldn't even dribble down the hallway of their house, you know what I mean, without tripping over something, you know what I mean? And I've seen some of these guys shoot a basketball and dribble a basketball, and I'm like,
Ain't
You
no
so
way.
trash. I'm not even following you on Twitter no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do anything with coordination, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I just be like, man, I just sometimes I laugh, and it is annoying, and sometimes I have to catch myself, and I gotta, remember, my purpose, and I'm just like, whatever.
And also, people. I mean, this is how people. Unfortunately, this is how people make their money, right? People saying
sure.
you saying that. Oh, I don't know how John is going to figure it out, because if I was X, Y, and Z person, I would be upset that somebody I got recruited over, and they'll put all these They will put intentions on somebody they'll put intentions on John as if John doesn't have his own intentions, and he hasn't communicated clearly what his intentions are and are not. And so I think that that's the other piece of, like, it's much easier to get clicks on the video when they're able to say, how is Duke gonna manage 4 point guards? Is it too much? Who's gonna sit? Like, have those conversations, as opposed to being like, yo, Duke has 4 dudes that can run point guard. Like, anybody, which if any coach were to say they had this caliber of talent at your first 4 options of handling the basketball every game, they'd take it in a heartbeat, and they'd figure it out later.
Yep.
They would take it in a heartbeat, and they wouldn't be as forthcoming about it as John has been. And I think that's what I'm saying. Like, people, they have to make their money, all money and good money, you know what I'm saying? But also,
shout out to
that's the Duke effect. That's the Duke effect, that we're part of the conversation. But I think if I'm a Duke fan, I would caution us against undue concern about team chemistry, when that's not something we've seen, and there's no inclination of that, particularly when it comes to the Rippey family. The Rippey family has been nothing but straight up stand-up people. All I've seen from Duran has suggested to me that he's a stand-up guy, and that one thing that he's coming to Duke for, much like Isaiah before him, in the spirit of Isaiah and in the spirit of CFOS before him, is I want to come in there and earn everything. I want to eat what I kill. And if I'm in there and I'm killing people in practice, give me that. I know that you're gonna give me the keys to play. If I'm ready, I know you're gonna give me the keys to play. And that's something that John has proven to do, whether it's popular or not. And you got to respect John for that. You got to respect Duran and the rest of the team for that too.
I think the other thing,
anybody that sticks around wants to be there.
Yeah, what Caleb said too in the video, that he knows that there's no better place to be to get the keys to succeed at the next level. So, these kids are coming in, young men are coming in, not just thinking about this year, they're thinking about the future. And what's crazy, DH, is what you said about people putting how they feel on the kids, on the young men. I think some of these dudes would be fine sitting there just talking because they just still want to stir up shit at Duke. So the crazy thing is,
100%.
Some people would sit and then just gotta
listen. I would pass you a Gatorade for a national championship.
Exactly.
You
I mean, I would
for a Final Four. You want a snack, my boy? I got you, man.
John, put me on the end of the
Here's a towel, big dog. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing? Because it's a team. Because I understand, and one thing that John does a great job of doing, as a program culture thing, is they highlight the support, right? They'll do things like on small things, like it's no mistake that on the final or the NCAA tournament coverage, and Sebastian was the MC and doing the interviews and stuff in the locker room, that he also was interviewing the managers and the GAs, and that stuff is not by mistake, because but from a program perspective, John understands that we can't succeed as a team that you see on the court without everybody. Everybody has a role. And so, I think inside that locker room, I don't think we're going to have too many issues of, I was promised this thing and I didn't get this thing. And if it is that, it's because you didn't show it. Like, I think there's a level of responsibility and accountability that comes with, I must not have shown it. You have to trust that I must not have shown it, or it's not my time yet. Because if you've earned it and you've shown that you're able to do it, and you've talked about it with the staff, then it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And so, and that's why that's what I said on the pod. Actually, I probably might have said this on Spaces last night. Is at a certain point, John's gonna get down to 8 players, right? That's all good coaches are gonna get down to 8 by the time March and April roll around. One thing we can be 100% sure of is that 8 is gonna be ready, because they would have had to battle each other in practice every day and manage a whole season. And then if that 8 ain't ready, we have options B, C, and D as contingency plans.
There you go. That's
going to be ready.
Point. Yep. If something happened to one of those 8, you're not talking about going down to 7. You're talking about putting the next man into that 8. So man, but man, we give John a lot of credit. I think John deserves a lot of credit. But how about just a shout out to the infrastructure at Duke and everything that supports how John moves. John couldn't move this way without a GM like Rachel Baker. So I mean,
For sure.
shout out to the infrastructure at Duke. I got to give him everybody the credit where it's due, man. Not a one man show. So everybody who supports that, man, and how we set things up, how we were forward looking before anybody else was, man, it's great to be a Duke fan. That's all I can say.
Great to be a Duke fan. Yeah, so
we're not done, fellas. We're not done.
Not done.
Not done.
So everybody out there sword swallowing, y'all take a time off. Take a break.
Yeah, you gotta take a break.
And let John do his thing. And I guess we'll see you guys next season when we whipping y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. We can sign off. It's gonna be a
revenge tour.
Yeah, just stay on DH. I'm in this recording now. You got any final words, Eddie?
Nah, man, let's just go Duke, man. As always, I get so excited just thinking about Duke basketball, man. I love talking Duke basketball with y'all. I love the fans and everybody who subscribe, and we just asking everybody to come.
We need to do this more often too. Like as we get our announcement, just pop on real quick.
We'll be here, man. Come tap in with us. Hit that like and subscribe button. Just help us grow this community. It's a great community already. You can join us on Spaces too when big things happen, man. I love the 5 Point Play community, man. Love y'all.
Absolutely, man. All love the 5 Point Play. Shout out to Caleb. Shout out to Slim. Go be great. And shout out to everybody, all the Duke fans. Everybody else, y'all trash. All right, y'all have a good day. All right, let me see. End record.